guys, you're probably thinking, what the hell am I doing in this cupboard? I'm hiding. Hiding from the police. Anyway, the next video's just out just now. It's about the Sheedi people in Tando Bago with Blackman the Traveller. Pop over, enjoy the video, let me know what you think. Shh.
Okay, this is too much. So hopefully this video that we're about to make is going to be one of the best videos on YouTube.
So I'm going to ask Siraj a very important question, which is the question that probably is on the mind of most people. Are you more Pakistani or are you more African?
I'm product of Africa and manufactured in Pakistan. So that's why we are AfroPakistan.
AfroPakistan.
Tando Bago.
Bago.
In Tando Bago. Yeah.
Welcome guys to a very interesting story. In this video we're going to explore the lives of the black Sheedi community of Tando Bago. Very little is known about them, and yet their history dates back to over 800 years. In this quiet little town of Tando Bago, nestled deep in the Sindh province of Pakistan, lives a community that carries a legacy few outside this region has ever heard of. They're called the Sheedis, the descendants of East African people who have first arrived on the shores of the Indian subcontinent as far back as the 8th century. Some came as merchant traders, some as African sailors, and many came as slaves through the Indian slave trade. These early Africans often came part of an Arab trade expedition. Some were hired as soldiers and bodyguards by Arab rulers due to their strength and loyalty. Over time, they built communities interwove with the fabric of the local cultures and wrote themselves into the history books of the South Asian community. There was once a man called Malik Amber. Now remember his name. No one has ever heard of him in the history of India. He was born as a slave in Ethiopia, taken to India as a boy through the slave trade. He would rise to become one of the most powerful leaders of his time, a military strategist, a statesman, and arguably the closest thing to a black Indian Prime Minister history has ever seen. Centuries later, Pakistan would elect its first black member of parliament, a Sheedi woman named Tanzila Kambrani, with her ancestral roots tracing all the way back to Tanzania. She was elected in 2018 on a reserved women's seat under the Pakistan People's Party. She became a trailblazer for her people. During her time in office, she championed anti-racism resolutions and fought for greater access to education. A quiet revolution in a country that has long overlooked its African heritage. And still, the Sheedis have endured their Sufi rituals, African drum and oral storytelling. They've held on to their identity piece by piece, even when the world around them looked away. The Sheedis often face racism, poverty, exclusion, but are proud of their African lineage and their cultural resilience. This isn't just a story of Africans in Pakistan. This is a story of survival, silence, and the strength to exist in two worlds while always being seen as a foreigner in both. It's about reclaiming what the world tried to erase, standing tall as the Sheedis for centuries in a land that still struggles to see them as equals, to live your life at the edge of belonging, carrying the weight of two histories, two identities, and yet never fully recognised by either.
So we finally made it to Tando Bago. We've been blessed to be invited to this wonderful home of Issue's family, and let me introduce you. This is Issue's brother, who's a primary teacher in Tando Bago, and this is the next generation of hopefuls.
Pakistan.
Zindabad.
Are you from Pakistan?
Are you from Tando Bago?
Yes.
I'm not originally from Pakistan. What is your name?
Mohammed Haris.
Mohammed Haris. MashaAllah. Aapki umar?
I am 12-year-old.
12 years old. Achha, what would you like to be when you grow up?
Hacker.
Eh?
Hacker.
Hacker. You okay,
Hacker.
Hacker, what's that?
Hacker like computer hacker like.
Oh,
Oh, a hacker.
he, was,
Oh, very good.
he wants to be a computer hacker. Well, that's good. Say Assalam kare camera ko. Assalamu alaikum. Aapka naam kya hai? What's your name? Zoha. Angala. See again? Daryam? Laryam. Acha. Aap? Taj Muhammad. Burhan. Musab. MashaAllah. Aap? Suhail. Sumail. Acha. There we go. We've literally just landed, and this is lovely hospitality we've just received. Questions?
I'm in Africa.
Is that what it feels like?
Yep.
Does it feel like home?
Yep, paracots. I'm in Africa. Everyone's black, just like me. It's interesting. But there's a lot of untold stories over here. I think it's definitely going to be interesting tomorrow. And I think they welcomed us with love.
Yeah.
Hospitality is amazing. They're happy to see a foreigner. And like I said, there's going to be a lot of untold stories tomorrow. And I think it's going to be very educational at the same time.
Bed is getting made. So Amir's bed is that sofa. That sofa is Amir's bed. Let me show you. So Amir is 6'2" minimum, right? 6'2", and that 4-foot bed is his choice. We'll have a conversation tomorrow how that was. So that's my bed. That's fucking Amir's bed for tonight. 6'2", he's not going to sit on that for six. It's only a 4-foot sofa. So we're supposed to get up at 6 in the morning to go and get the sunrise and see the real essence, the nuggets, the diamonds of the Saheli people. Amir didn't even want to go to bed. He was that fucking excited to get up. Do you want to see where he is now? State of that. Do you know what time it is? Nearly 9 o'clock. This legend of a storyteller, story hunter we're going to call him, lying there on a bus couch like a fucking bus couch. I mean, I'm grateful for the hospitality here. By God, it's challenging. I mean, I don't mind slumming it to a degree. But last night's rat just took me over the edge.
You put it in the video?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. You know, nuts. See that.
But I'm very grateful for the hospitality, the kindness and generosity of the hosts, issue.
Lovely family.
Lovely family.
100%.
100%. Yeah, we were really welcomed here.
Too much chai, but lovely family.
Lovely chai. He loves the traditional wash on the chai. I have to say, it's not what I expected. After like a 4-hour delay, him losing his fucking mind, eventually getting on the road. What time did we actually leave at yesterday? We were supposed to get here.
I think it was 3 p.m. No?
3 p.m. We left at 3, didn't we?
Yeah.
We got.
What time was it? 11:45. The driver got 15 minutes early.
So we left at like 8:30, 9:15 in the morning, just to pick him up at 10 o'clock. He was early, I was early. Got there early. 4-hour delayed. Didn't get here till late at night. Tired, hungry. And yeah. You might be thinking, where are we? Assalamu alaikum. Kaise bhai, theek ho? Assalamu alaikum. Kya haal hai? Theek ho? So we are in a place called Tando Bago. It's a small community of Sidi people who live here, who've come all the way from Africa, 4 centuries.
20 to 30,000
20 to 30,000
inhabitants.
in this village.
Yeah.
20 to 30,000 inhabitants in this village of Sahidi people living amongst, Assalamu alaikum, Kaise Tiko, amongst the Pakistanis as well. So it's not all Sidi people at all. Kaise bhai sahab, Tiko?
Take.
Kya haal hai? Theek hai? And so we're here to kind of film and vlog and see what it's all about. Let's see what the culture is, the history is, see if we can speak to some elders, see we speak to some women, see what the culture is. It's quite a very deprived area by the looks of it. And you can see here, you've got some lovely houses here. But 20,000 people live here. Apparently they date back to nearly 400 years, the Sahidis, and they formed a real sense of community here, Their education system is thriving. Young kids are getting educated and then going on to get better jobs. There was one family we saw yesterday. They literally 9 children were well educated, doctors, dentists, the whole lot. 50.
Hey, you want something?
कैसे भाई ठीक हो? पानी है आपके पास?
पानी घर नहीं है।
ठीक है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, ठीक है।
I'm just thinking, we go here and we'll take a right. What do you think?
We'll go there and take a right. You might not realise, but Amir here speaks fluent Sindhi.
I do.
He speaks 3 languages very fluent: Sindhi, Urdu, and a bit of English.
Bit of English. Here in the village.
In the village.
Here in the village, and look at the guy with the donkey.
You want to go on it? अरे भाई साहब, एक मैं गाल पूछ कह रहा था, इसमें बैठ के आप ले जाएंगे इसको? नहीं? अच्छा। हैं? You can see the women all dressed in the garb. See if we can capture this. Wow. क्या आप कह रहे हैं? हम फिल्म बना रहे हैं आपके गांव में फिल्म बना रहे हैं। कितने प्यारा आपका गांव है, कैसे आप हैं, कैसे रहते हैं आप? आपकी तस्वीर डालूं? Right. So what do we know about this the Sidi people? Okay, let's get down to it. Let's get down to the brass tacks here. They came over by the Arab slave traders as slaves, sailors, merchants, and they were thrown into slavery approximately eight centuries ago. And since then, they've spread out all over Pakistan, from Karachi all the way up to Balochistan, to Sindh, right across up to Lahore, and further afield into India. And since then, they have been marginalised as a minority by the Pakistani government. They have very little voice in this country at all, and very little prospects, from my understanding, from the conversations I've had. Whether that's right or wrong, I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to tell you the information that I'm getting by talking to local people. You will notice it's very deprived, and I've noticed that in Liari as well. When you come down to these places, it is a very poor area in any stretch of the imagination. Assalamu alaikum, kaise theek ho? Kaise bhai, theek ho? Kya haal hai? वालेकुम अस्सलाम, आपका नाम क्या है? अल्ताफ मेरा नाम है। आप थोड़ा सा माइंड नहीं करेंगे, कैमरा ऑन है? नहीं, आपके लिए हम आए हैं बस, आपके दिखाने वास्ते, आपका माहौल, आप कैसा रेस्ट। अस्सलाम वालेकुम भाई, क्या हाल है, ठीक हो? आपका नाम? तोफेल। अस्सलाम वालेकुम, ठीक हो? आप क्या करते हैं यहाँ गाँव में? मजदूरी कह रही ज़मीन की मजदूरी और अच्छा अच्छा मोस्टली आप लोग यही मजदूरी करते हैं
यही करते हैं हमारा कोई काम ही नहीं है
बहुत सारे हैं हमें ले जाओगे ना हम वहाँ काम वाम करेंगे अच्छे से
Acha. So they're saying majority of the work in Tando Bago, majority of the work in Tando Bago is basically building work over here. So there's quite a lot of building work you'll see going around, and that's pretty much all the work there is in this area. Like I said, there's not many farms, there's not many industry here. So other than that, they're pretty. That's what it is. That's the main. यही काम है. यही काम.
नहीं कलर वलर का काम करते हैं इलेक्ट्रिशियन.
अच्छा पेंटिंग बिल्डिंग का काम से बिल्डिंग का काम. अच्छा अच्छा
सारे उन्होंने पंचर बनाते हैं बोर्ची है और मजदूरी करते हैं सर्विस वर्विस करते हैं गाड़ियों को.
गाड़ियाँ मिस्त्री हैं.
बहुत काम है मतलब क्या करें लाइट के भी कारीगर.
Okay, so basically they're saying that there's mechanics, there's electricians, carpenters. So basically what you have in a local town, that's whatever is in that local town for work, that's exactly what they will do here, and there's nothing else. So आप स्कूल इस जगह में है कोई स्कूल? कहाँ है वो स्कूल?
स्कूल बहुत बड़ा है.
बच्चों का या बड़े बच्चों का?
बच्चों का भी है, बड़े बच्चों का भी है.
अच्छा वो कई जगह में है?
सरकारी भी है. हाँ.
अच्छा सेपरेट है वो?
सेपरेट भी है सरकारी भी है.
अच्छा अच्छा तो कई जगह में इस जगह में है वो
जो है ना यहाँ पे हाई स्कूल जो है ना यहाँ पे हाई स्कूल से जो है ना उसकी पहचान है. अच्छा सामने जाके बहुत बड़ा फुटबॉल का ग्राउंड भी है, क्रिकेट का भी है और इस साइड पे बहुत बड़ा स्कूल है.
तो मुझे बताओ ये तंगोबागो में कॉलेज है? कॉलेज भी है थे?
कॉलेज भी है मोनोटेक्निकल.
अच्छा 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 वो कॉलेज कहाँ वो? अच्छा 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 हम जाएंगे देखेंगे. ये मुझे पता नहीं सीगा. अच्छा अच्छा तो कोई यहाँ में डॉक्टर और हेल्थ सेंटर है यहाँ?
वो तो पास में ही है. एक आँखों वाली है और
अच्छा आपका साहब बहुत
आई हॉस्पिटल भी है.
आई हॉस्पिटल भी है. अच्छा 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 they've got an eye hospital, they've got doctors here, they've got college, they've got a boys and girls school, nurseries.
लेडी हेल्थ डिपोट.
अच्छा इसका तांगोबागो का पॉपुलेशन क्या है इसकी?
पॉपुलेशन
20,000 हो जाएगी? 25,000 हो जाएगी?
नहीं 1 लाख प्लस है.
Over 100,000. Acha. The population of Tangobago exceeds over 100,000, but I understand that the Sidi population is around about 20,000. अच्छा भाई साहब बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका. अल्लाह हाफिज़ फिर मिलेंगे है ना. बहुत शुक्रिया. Interesting fact about Tando Bago is I was asking last night about the majority religion here. The Shia and the Sunnis both live in harmony here. Let me repeat that to you guys. The Shia and the Sunnis all live in harmony here. And that's how it should be. Do you know what I mean? The story is bigger than just Africans coming over. It's about erasure, it's about descendants, it's about holding on to your heritage. And from what I can see from the conversations we had last night, these people are certainly holding on, desperately holding on to their heritage, which is eking away bit by bit as generations move on and on. And they are losing their identity. And if they don't change, and if they don't value where they've come from and their ancestors have come from, the struggle they had, I think in the future there will be less and less Sidi people, and I'd like to be wronged in that, to be honest, because it's a wonderful community, rich in history, in tradition, in language, in celebration. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is
This is pakwan.
wait, 2 seconds. It's a classic Sidi breakfast. This is very, very traditional in the Sidi culture. So Kiza, can you explain what is what?
This is pakwan.
Pakwan.
The traditional thing. Pakwan.
Very
pakwan.
Yeah.
pakwan. This is pakwan. So this is basically like a fried. It's a fried bread. So ye kya hai?
This is shira.
Shira. Shira. What is shira?
Shira. Issue? I don't know what the.
Okay.
Suji.
Suji. So it's like
This is pickle.
that's pickle.
Yeah.
Ye kya hai?
Ye dal.
Dal. You know what dal is?
For pakwan.
Ye.
Malpura.
This is. He is a malpura है कि malpura है?
Sir, recipe
मालपुड़ा है, मालपुड़ा I don't know मालपुड़ा है. इसको उर्दू में पता नहीं क्या बोलते हैं. I don't know.
Ye meaty hai?
Yeah.
So that's a sweet delicacy, right? And you've got the
This is
burrata.
also sweet.
That's burrata. And ye kya hai?
This is also sweet, but I don't know what is this. A kind of
This is English
pancake.
breakfast.
Oh, this is like a pancake, almost like a pancake.
Yeah,
Pancake.
But without baking powder and without
Yeah. Okay, and that's dal.
Sugar and
So what ye kya hai?
the honey, original honey.
This is original honey. Wow. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's your classic Sidi breakfast. Sidi. I was told by your cousin last night it's called Sidi.
This is zero. This is zero. Hindi में कहते हैं zero.
Zero.
एक बोलते हैं ना चार चार खाइन दो shiro. That's called shiro.
Shiro.
This is Sindhi breakfast. This is not Shidi breakfast. This is Sindhi breakfast.
Oh, I do apologise to all my Shidi brothers and Sindi brothers.
Sindhi breakfast.
Sindi breakfast, and your man's about to dive in now head first. Look at this. So I've met this brother. So this is Khizr's uncle, which we're staying at in his house at the moment. He's got a story to tell, a bit of history about the Sidi people. तो आपको हम बताओ इसके.
मैं थोड़ा बहुत बताया ये कि हमारे जो अबादत वहाँ से अफ्रीका से वहाँ से उस टाइम इस तरह होता था कि जो वहाँ जो कबीले होते थे आपस में लड़ते थे ना, तो उनको जो कबीला हारता था उसको गुलाम बना के वो बेच देते थे. तो बाकी दुनिया के लोग जो इस तरह अंग्रेज़ थे या यहाँ के बैर सगीर के लोग उनको वहाँ से खरीद कर लाते थे अपना गुलाम बना के. तो हमारे आबाद वहाँ से गुलाम बन के यहाँ पे आ गए. तो उसके बाद जब बरतानिया ने ये कानून ख़त्म कर दिया कि भाई कोई इंसान को गुलाम नहीं बनाया जा सकता, तो उसके बाद से ना हम आज़ाद हो गए. तो उसके बाद से हम आज़ाद हैं अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह.
फ्रीडम हो गया.
जी.
अच्छा, आपको पता क्या ये किसकी करी what year, what century was it? 18th century किदो को ऐसे the freedom of the slaves?
नहीं सेंचुरी याद नहीं हमें कोई.
ओके, पता नहीं. अच्छा. तो ये है. तो आप इस गांव में कितनी देर होगी आपको?
हमारे तो दादा भी यहाँ थे, हमारे दादा.
अच्छा.
परदादा भी यहाँ थे हमारे.
So they've been here for what, 3 generations now, 3 generations back, and I think it goes back even further because this place is what 400 years old. I think this place is, from my research, 400 years old, and there's approximately about 20,000 Sidis that live here. So that was their history. So they've come from. I think they were liberated by the liberation. The Arab slaves brought them over, and then they were liberated. That's essentially what I got from this conversation. Shukriya aapka. Thank you so much. So I'm going to ask Siraj a very important question, which is a question that probably is on the mind of most people. Are you more Pakistani or are you more African?
Product of Africa and manufactured in Pakistan. So that's why we are AfroPakistan.
AfroPakistani. A product of Africa, but manufactured in Pakistan.
Assembled in Pakistan.
So, in this the Tangobago area, town, here, ladies and gentlemen, is the area where the Hindus live. Oh, this lovely design. And this is a street where Hindus live, apparently, in harmony with other Muslims. And you can see it says Bismillah. So that's a Muslim house, right adjacent to a Hindu house. In 2025 in Pakistan, Hindus and Muslims are living side by side. Go figure, right?
They are the old home.
ये क्या है?
ये भी हिंदू कम्युनिटी के सारे जो है उसके उनके हिंदू कम्युनिटी के ही घर हैं ये सारे.
अच्छा, all.
ये माइग्रेट करके हैं.
अच्छा. These are all Hindu houses here. Hindu street basically.
ये सारे घर.
Street, this is all street of Hindu. Brilliant. I think that's what it should be like. I mean, I'm not a statesman, but I'm just saying, let's have a nanosecond and have an opinion on this. And don't crucify me, it's my opinion only. But I think life and the world would get on so much better if we all just got on and lived side by side. And imagine if we just loved each other for what we stood for and accepted acceptance and love. Crikey, wouldn't that be a mad thing, wouldn't it? Let me say that again, acceptance and love. Where would we be with that? Where would we be with that? So, the story gets maybe more interesting. So this here is the Hindu street. So all this coloured stuff here, this coloured stuff there, it's all the Hindus. And see in the distance there with the black flag, that's where the Shia lives. So you've essentially got three big communities here. You've got the Sunnis, you've got the Shias, the Hindus.
ये जो है वो मुस्लिम है, वो क्या कहते हैं, पूजा वगैरह करवाते हैं।
क्या है? ये क्या इसके मुझे बताओ?
ये पूजा वगैरह जो करवाते हैं।
हाँ।
ये वो करवाते हैं।
अच्छा, ये आप क्या है? नमस्ते। क्या ठीक हो? अच्छा, so ये आप कैसे हैं? प्रीस्ट हैं ना फिर? प्रीस्ट कहते हैं, प्रीस्ट? ये पूजा करते हैं
वगैरह जो।
अच्छा अच्छा, this is the Hindu gentleman here. ते वो शिया की है अच्छा मस्जिद. You've got all cultures living side by side in Pakistan. I mean that's unheard of. I've never seen that in all the places I've travelled around the world. I've never seen three big religions living side by side. Living side by side. Very interesting. And there's no animosity here at all. Even during the India and Pakistan war, people going about their business, living in harmony, didn't have any issues at all. What does that say? Let me ask you this. What does that say about mankind? What does that say about humanity? What does that say? Do we follow politicians or do we follow being a decent human being? I'm going to let you sit with that and have a little ponder. You can come back and let me know.
This is a Hindu community place.
For this is the Hindu community, and this is the actual temple here.
Yeah, this one. Females are going for prayers and
around 12, 13, 14 different ages.
I think we should not short I think we should ask them due to character series. They might mind, or you know, females are there, so.
अच्छा, थोड़ा सा देख लें. This is the temple. Look, okay, maybe we'll ask permission before we go in and see what it's like. That really fascinates me actually. Assalamu alaikum, bhai, kya theek ho? Lovely shop. All day in the sun. Gosh. Right. So right there in the distance there's the Om. You're wondering what the Om is. It's this kind of thing on my arm, the Namaste sign. Well, you probably do it that way. There you go. There's the camera. But yeah, you can see the Om up there, right in the top there. That's the Hindu house. That is, you know, how do we even get our heads around a political system that's designed just to cause anger, hatred with their fellow brothers and sisters? When I say that, and I mean pre-1947, India was one, and Muslims, Hindus and Sikhs lived side by side. My mother was born in just outside of Amritsar, and her entire village was full of Muslims, Hindus and the Christians even, and they all lived side by side. And this line was drawn, but the line wasn't just drawn for the sake of being drawn, it was politically drawn by Quaid-e-Azam and Winston Churchill. That divided not just a country, it divided families, cultures, religions. Hatred, started to build hatred, and now here we are in 2025. We just witnessed a 10-day, 12-day war between India and Pakistan, killing hundreds of people, innocent people on both sides. For what? Was it for one man's purpose, for his own gain? Or is it actual hatred for their own brethren? I'm none the wiser. Clearly that conversation we had this morning has gone fucking we'll let you know what the consequences of this action is later on this evening. Blessing is being polite. Full picture right before he goes to bed.